Okay, I am thrilled to bring on our third ever guest. I think he's going to have some awesome stuff for us. He put up 63 points in 50 games played for the Abbotsford Pilots back in his junior career. And he began his coaching journey last year with the Mission City Outlaws. He proved doubters wrong, leading them to the playoffs with a new staff and a young team with low expectations. This season, he'll be behind the bench for the Comox Glacier Kings of the VIJHL. Welcome to the Jungle Hockey Podcast, Richard Kimber.
Hey boys, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Doing good, man.
First time caller, long time listener.
Yeah, for the 3 episodes we released, or what?
Yeah, I didn't miss that Chenier one. I caught a little of your buddy up country, but I didn't want to miss the Chenier one. He did good though. It was funny.
Yeah, he did pretty good. I figured you'd want to listen to that one.
Did you coach Chenier at all?
No, I didn't get to. Well, I got to coach him a little bit, and we had a little bit of spring when I took over. We had some spring teams.
Yeah,
we had 2 spring teams, and he was on. He was on kind of both of them at that time. We were just kind of getting to know all the players, so I got to know him real quick. Yeah, we were. It was great. I wanted him to. I fully expected him to play with us, and he kind of wanted to go where he wanted to go, and we accommodated him a little bit later after we could figure out a deal with Surrey, and I think he had some friends there and wanted a fresh start, and yeah, he did good there. We ended up playing him in the playoffs, and
you beat him, right?
Thank God. He's exactly as advertised, though, right? Like,
yeah,
obviously, junior hockey in every league, there's one of those guys, and then there's like a Claude Lemieux, and then there's Chenier. So, you know what? The guy's a great. I don't know. He's a great guy off the ice. He's just one of those guys you'd rather have on your team than play against. So,
might be a little different this year with the visor. Someone might be able to do something about it.
Yeah, but I think he's an animal too. Like he's
yeah.
He's not I don't think it's going to change his game at all. People say that a lot, and, with the visors, and obviously that's a great thing that's coming back for these kids. Gives them the full junior experience. I feel a lot of that was missing last year, and unfortunate for Owen in his era that it did that. But it keeps guys like that in line a little bit, and yeah. it's gonna be interesting to see those boys running around. It'd be awesome.
Yeah. Well, I just kind of wanted to get started by asking kind of a little bit about your playing career. Who got you into hockey? How did you start playing back in the days?
Yeah, I was born and raised in Mission, so last year was a treat to be able to start your first job in junior hockey with the hometown team. I actually never even been to a Mission Outlaws game before last year, stepping behind the bench. 20 plus years ago, I played for the Abbotsford Pilots, and that's all I knew, right? Was back then the Pilots were the team to play for too. It was a privilege for sure, right? Back then, everybody wanted to play there, and a full barn every night. And they have a pretty rich history there for Junior B, and now they call it Junior A. But yeah, my dad played Saturday night pickup hockey. He never played minor hockey, but started playing. When me and my brother were little guys, or a little bit just before him and my uncle, they'd have 2 ice times Saturday night, businessman's hockey or whatever they call it. They had a 4-team league, and they'd have a slot at 8 and a slot at 9:30. So I'd go on for warm up. 4 or 5 years old, 6 years old, 7 years old, go on for warm up. Me and my brother. After the ice clean, we'd get another warm up. And then after the second game, we'd get to stay out there, all the kids, as long as you want, until midnight. And the ice arena guy would, let us stay out there and work on our magic as little Steve Yzermans or Wayne Gretzky, Pat LaFontaine. So we had. I was pretty lucky that way. My dad always found the ice for us, for me and my brother, and learned to walk down there, learned to skate down there, and apparently this year learned to coach down there. So pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, the playing career was wicked. I actually took a few years off after 16, 17, I didn't play hockey for a couple of years, and my brother who passed away almost 20 years ago, I remember he had a major heart surgery, and he said, "I want you to go try out for the pilots." He's like, I think you'll make it. And we had some mutual friends on the pilots, and went out there to rookie camp as a 19-year-old rookie with a full beard, and went out there and did my thing, and made the team. And it was honestly, I remember it. I remember every minute of it. It was a great year and a great experience. Jack Olson still was on the team then as well as now, and he's been great for that league. And every guy that's ever gone through there, they always remember Jacko. Great guy, and an experience that I treasure forever. Right?
Yeah, so obviously this year you've taken the step and you're coaching. You coached with the Mission City Outlaws this year. I just kind of wanted to see see your perspective on, like, you played obviously back then for Abbotsford, how the hockey and the league has changed as it's kind of come through and modernized here.
Definitely a different game, and I think I always talk to my dad about hockey, like you guys do as well, right? And growing up, all the rides home and this and that, and back then, I wouldn't say it's more like everyone says, in my day, more physical. I think it was. I think it's just as physical, but I think that guys were scared back then.
Really?
Um, yeah, like the night before, like maybe not scared, but you guys know that feeling when someone's on the ice, and that there's a few screws loose. There was a lot of those guys. There was a lot of those guys back then, and if you thought that you were tough, or you were going to chuck them that night, you knew the night before, who you were going with. But it was a one fight rule back then, still with the pilots. So I had a coach that was, tough as nails. His stats, I read his stats one time, and it was like, whoa, like he had like 150 points in England and like 700 penalty minutes. And it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard not to listen to that guy. I looked up to him so much, and I still do, actually. Even coaching last year, I thought about him a lot. Gary Duville, mean, but had the best shot on the team, and he was the coach. So it was easy to listen to a guy like that when he's that good. But yeah, I think the game's changed in that way where guys can get away with a lot of stuff. I don't. Maybe this year with the rules kind of going back a little bit. I don't know what exactly the rules are for fighting, and not that fighting answers everything, but it keeps a lot of it in line, right? There's a code out there, and I don't know. I feel guys have to follow it if they know they're going to get a smack in the lips.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
no,
going from
sure.
cages to visors is going to be pretty big adjustment for some players. You see some true colors. It's good.
Yeah, yeah, it's awesome. I'm excited, and I think the young guys are still covered as well for Hockey
Right,
Canada.
yeah.
Obviously, we're different over there, with the private hockey, non-sanctioned, but I think for Hockey Canada, they're still protecting the young guys, and yeah, it'll be good. I think it's good for everybody. It's good for all these leagues as well to do that. Good for the fans. The optics of it looks great, and yeah, that's how I feel about it.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. So, I want to talk about last season. Your first year getting to coach junior hockey. What was that like? A first year team taking over in the off season, whole new staff, new equipment guy, Slater,
He's
and
gonna be.
just what was that whole thing like last year?
Yeah. When are you guys getting him on?
I bet one day.
He's a great interview. I heard his interview. We were so lucky last year. We have the Boiler as our announcer.
Yeah,
And the boys are really lucky. Like, even when I played for the Pilots, we had Mauro Ronaldo. I don't know if you know him, but obviously he calls all the pride fights and big boxing matches. So like the announcer is just an absolute. It's a bonus for junior hockey, and we had a good one last year. And Slater's interview is incredible. I've listened to it about 30 times. It's so good. He didn't miss a beat. So,
he's
but
hilarious.
yeah, no. Last year was a lot like, it actually got me ready for the new job that I have. we came in with a huge turnover, as you know. I think we had 3 20-year-olds to start. Traded a couple of them throughout the year. So it ended up just being Owen, who was the last 20 bomb standing. We ended up picking up a couple more. I think just 2 more with Nikki and Sepitat. And those guys were just like the biggest pickups. They were good hockey players, absolutely good hockey players, and top of that team for like line one or whatever you call it. But leadership wise, they're the reason why we did so well was yourself and those 2 20-year-olds. The age difference between a 20-year-old and a 16-year-old is just huge, and you guys know that from being. You guys went through the whole thing, right? So we got lucky there. We from ID camp, I think we took a lot of players out of ID camp because we had a lot of spots to fill. I think they had 20-year-olds the year before.
Yeah, at least.
Seriously?
Yeah.
I don't know the exact number, Owen, but you probably
at least
do.
13. Yeah.
So, for recruiting wise, it was a lot of work, and myself and the general manager there it was a lot of work. We put a lot of time in and came up with a really nice roster. The bonus was throughout the year is that the roster, we made some additions and some subtractions, and those were tough decisions as well. But I think by the end of the year, I think we lost 3 20-year-olds. So, good shape going forward, and that's kind of the goal. And you want players to advance. I think there's a couple of players that left that advanced. There, our goaltender. Hopefully, he gets a crack somewhere. He deserves it.
Yeah.
And it was just a great season. We had a great group of guys. I know you talk about Revelstoke and every year, and that's kind of the goal with any team you put together. You want to build an organization like that kids want to come to, and I think we did that there. And I just the best part about the whole journey was the relationships. The boys that we had on that team last year. There's not one guy that I wouldn't go to war with. They're all great players to coach, and it was a privilege. And I wish the best for them this year going forward. Great guys.
Yeah, well, I think every single guy in that room last year absolutely loved going to war for you. One thing that definitely stood out was I've never heard anybody with pre-game, mid-game, and post-game speeches like Dickie of all kinds. He'd make you cry, make you laugh, make you want to run through a wall for him. He always knew what to say in the moment. So he was definitely an amazing players coach to have last year, and every single one of the boys in that room, feel the same way about you that you do about us. So it was an honor. But obviously now this year you have the opportunity to move on to Comox in the VIJHL. So I mean, obviously that must be super exciting for you. Been seeing a lot of making. So what's been happening with that? How are you feeling about this season? Obviously, you're kind of doing the whole similar process over again.
Yeah, very similar. Same kind of turnover rate for our team. Not for every team in the league, obviously. Also, there's also a turnover rate with guys just wanting to go to school. Unfortunately, sometimes kids don't know that like this junior hockey journey, it goes by pretty quick, as you guys know. And then before you know it, you're running a podcast, and I know. Congratulations, Joe, on going to Drury. Is that where you're going?
Yeah, down south there.
Good for you. And Owen should go somewhere, but I don't know what he's going to do. He's going to BCIT for journalism. But either way, Owen deserves to play more hockey. He was my captain last year, and for me, he was the best captain that I could have had. The guy is the last time I seen this guy, Game 4 against the future champs, and this guy's he missed game 3 because he was like toast, and
I remember,
he wanted to go.
Tell me about it.
He wanted to go so bad, and then game 4 he came back, and to be honest, if it was a regular season game, there's no chance he would have played. No chance. And the guy is literally puking every shift, dry heaving, the grossest like thing you could see. And I just kept looking over at him like, you're so. It didn't matter what he did out there; he was still effective, and the guy is just an absolute warrior, as you know, Joe. So pump Owen's tires a little bit there. He had a great final season, and he fought right to the end. So couldn't be
Thanks,
more
Nick. I
proud.
appreciate
Couldn't be more proud of captain, right?
it. Thank you. I
No, it's
appreciate
good, man. No, we
Now
ended
he's
up
traveling the world, telling everybody he's the captain of the Outlaws. Thailand.
it.
we ended up getting our revenge for you in the cyclone
Yeah.
or the Moat
Yeah,
there
I
for you
watched.
guys. So I had to get him back for that.
Yeah, I watched a little bit. No, I know that's a big trip for all those other teams. Like even the Saanich team. I know. I think both teams are. I think all teams are beat up at that time of year, right? But I mean,
Oh yeah, man.
the travel and the expenses and the whole deal. It's a lot on an organization. I'm curious what they're going to do this year, and I'll be watching. I watch all kinds of hockey all the time, and yeah, it's a good three good leagues, and they're all good, and they're all going in their own direction, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So I kind of had a question leading you into the VI. Obviously, they've announced that they've left Hockey Canada as well, kind of going unsanctioned route, like to almost affiliate themselves more with the BCHL.
Yeah.
So how do you have any insight on how like that's gonna work for the league and itself? And will guys be able to, get affiliated in the BCHL and then come back, go up and down relatively easily now? And do you think it's like a good thing for the league, or do you think it's gonna, kind of have its struggles?
No, and I'm not. I'm new to the league as well, fellas. So, I've had a couple of meetings with the big brass of the league and all the other GMs and owners, and I've picked the brain of my owners quite a bit, and I got friends that own a couple of the teams over there and stuff. But by no means am I the spokesperson for the V. So if I get anything wrong here, you can definitely text me and say you can rub me or whatever and rib me about not being correct, but. Yeah, no, they're definitely affiliated. So I would call it like they're like the farm teams to the BCHL in a way, because they can't pull from Hockey Canada during the season, right? So, if you need a goalie and you got the top goalie in the VI, so he can AP for any team in the BCHL.
Oh.
So it's not just one team. If you can AP for any team, and so multiple teams, so you can play for two teams in 1 week, as far as I understand. Um, so yeah, it's a good thing. It's just a different dream, right? There's, you play in the Pidge and you play in the top teams there, or the top teams in the K, and you're looking at, different types of scholarships or different, pro hockey or whatever your goal is, or definitely in Hockey Canada now with the WHL announcement, and I'm not sure exactly what that means as well, but you can pull players up, and there's some good players in that league last year. I'm sure in yours as well, Joe, but in the Pidge that are on the verge of getting there, right? Or they're already kind of swimming with that team. So yeah, the top players will get good looks in both sanction and non-sanction, and that's kind of the sales pitch with all these development programs, is that there's a chance to advance in your hockey career, a good chance, and get put in the right spot and pick the right spot to play, and um, give yourself the best shot at moving forward and with your hockey career advancing.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Great. So I mean, obviously you have Austin Charlton and Braden Candy coming over to Comox to play with you this year after coaching them in Mission. I mean, how you must be pretty excited for that, getting to have those two guys for you again.
Yeah, those two guys are just, like really, really close to my team last year. Obviously, it's kind of a, it's tough, right? Like it's like a divorce, right?
Yeah.
You're telling the kids it's not their fault it's fine, right? So, you know, kind of stuff like it is though, right? Like, you know, all these guys, you get so close to everybody, and you know, there was multiple, you know, not just with that team, but with every team in that league, or in the K. You know, they can take players from, like, they've taken players from the VI and move them to Hockey Canada, and it goes both ways. And up until those deadlines, you know, you can play where you want. You can cross it, and that's just the rules they have right now, right? There kind of are no rules for that. So,
Right.
yeah, we scooped Braden and Charlie, and both of them are 19 years old. I think they want to, you know, it's different in the K and the V. There's, you know, the bus rides, and
Yeah.
it's different, right? Definitely a different experience, and those guys wanted to maybe venture off from where, you know, from home, billets, the whole deal. It's different than just, you know, driving 20 minutes to your game every day or your practice. So,
Yeah, for
you know,
sure.
they're in for the same thing I'm in for, right? It's different. I was 5 minutes away from the arena last year. It's no problem going down for a practice run, and you know, so it'll be different for them, but I'm excited for them. It's a good opportunity. Candy definitely skates like a BCHLer, so hopefully he'll put the puck in the net a few times and catch the eye of someone watching them, right? So, and they're
Yeah.
great guys. They're great guys, but like I said, that whole team, you know, there's a bunch of guys on every team in that league that we'd love to have over there, but um, yeah, there's a lot of kids and a lot of kids to pick from, and yeah, here we are, August 1st.
Yeah. Braden Kennedy, best penalty killer in the league.
He really is, right? Like, even the
Yeah.
other guy, even guys that play against him, you know, he's pretty and you don't even have to, a guy like him, like we had him and Doc to start, and it's just like, you know, Dockrell, same thing, really good penalty killer, and just
Yeah.
wouldn't even have to say anything. They're hopping over there. They know they're going out to do their job, and they didn't, and you know, don't complain once. They, like, you know, Candy just knows his role, and he's not saying anything. He's just out there doing whatever it takes, and everyone notices, right? Like,
Absolutely.
you got a guy who kills penalties every game for 48 games, and he'll do anything, and you know, guys love having guys like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I only really have one more thing to ask. Joe, do you have anything else?
Actually, no, you go on.
Okay, so Dickie, I was just gonna ask if you have. I mean, this is kind of a loaded one. You can kind of answer it however you want. Just a best story, a message, or just anything like that to tell or for the podcast or anything.
Yeah, just kind of what I'm saying with, you know, we got friends, and you know, I got friends in every league, for that junior A, junior/B, whatever you want to call it. Obviously the B show is it's a beauty league, and the WHL is the pinnacle, right? But I mean, when it comes to all these other BC leagues, like, it's a privilege to play on any of those teams. I went for a coaches clinic, and it was all K coaches and all pitch coaches, and they're in good hands. All those teams are in really good hands. The guys that coach these teams are really good coaches, and they work really hard. Um, a lot of behind the scenes too, with all the general managers too. It's a lot of work, but it's definitely, it pays off, and I just hope that the kids know it goes by fast, right? Your junior career, once it's over, you have dreams and nightmares. Like, you think you're still playing, you know, you're still playing. Right? So it goes by fast, and my message would be just the same thing I told all my boys last year: is enjoy every minute of it, and don't take it for granted. It's a great time, and it goes by quick, and you just gotta keep rocking out there. It's fun, right? There's nothing better than a team. And like last year at the end of the year, how upset everybody is if you win or lose. You look at the Flames, how happy they were. You know, you look at Revy, how happy they were, right? Like,
Yeah.
you know, and then you look at the other side, and losing's not, you know, it's the same, it's the opposite feeling, right? But you just, when it's over, right? So enjoy every minute of it. And I got a question for Joe though.
Yeah.
You sent me a message in February asking me.
Yeah, I
I don't
got
know.
your number mixed up with a different coach.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
I'm like Joe. I'm like, you're
yeah.
done. You're
I
over it.
got
I'm like, aren't you 103?
you were I got your number mixed up with a college coach that I was
Yeah.
texting.
No, I
And
know.
I because I didn't save the contact, right? And I had your number. I think I had your number for a skate in the summer or something.
Of course, yeah. Well,
And
we actually I started talking with Joe like when I started the mission job because you're just talking to everybody when once you get going through
Yeah.
everything, and then I think your brother was talking about Revy last year at the start of the year, right? So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
and then I think Pamps was going there or something. I
He
don't know.
was. Yeah,
That's
Pampa
what it
was
I
supposed
heard
to be
about
over
that.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's do that. I would have loved to seen him play. I heard he was a beauty too. So
Oh yeah, wrecking
just a
ball.
force. But yeah, no, I figured Joe. I was waiting until we were done here and throw that out there. I was.
and with this coach, this I think it was an NCAA coach,
Yeah.
a D3 guy, and I didn't save his number, and I should have looked because I right away I was like, oh, the area code
Yeah.
was completely different. So I was like, oh, I should have just and then by that point I was too far in, and I was just like, oh fuck, like
I wish I
I
would have. I wish I would have caught on a little quicker. I would have been like, "Oh yeah," like say
you know
down.
take you down there.
Yeah, no, I would have messed with you a little bit.
Mess with my brain. No, yeah, it was that was a weird point in my my time because I was sure that I wanted to play college hockey next year, but I was
Mm,
looking at all my different options and
yeah,
there were so many fucking different contacts just scrolling through my phone and I was like fuck, like just
yeah,
got it mixed up, yeah.
all good. Well, I figured it was. I figured that's what it was, but I just wanted to say it on your show,
On the
right? So
pod, yeah, no, I appreciate that.
yeah, no, it's good.
Um I don't think I got anything else, Owen.
Okay, well,
Oh,
if that's it, if
maybe
that's it,
I was
right?
actually wondering how much of a say you have in like is it fully your choice? Like if you guys make a trade, like you were talking about making a trade with Revy or whatever,
Mhm.
um
Oh,
sending a
last
guy up
year,
there or whatever. What's up?
last year.
Yeah, like well, is it do you get involved in the trade talks and like are you like closely working with the GM and how does that work?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I think all around the league. I think in the end, it's the GM. In our case, it was our owner, but had a great relationship with him all year when it came to building a hockey team and bouncing things off of each other. He's a hockey guy, and it was easy to work. Yeah, no, it's just who you work with, right? And the relationship you had last year, the trades and stuff. They're lucky that there was two of us that we could go over and make sure it was the best thing. But and then this year, yeah, it's myself. I hired an assistant GM that Owen knows very well, and Brad Veach, and so I
Oh,
get to,
really?
yeah, yeah.
No
An
way! I didn't
official
know that.
announcement?
No, he's been hired for a while. I got James playing too, so
Yeah, I saw James was playing there. Oh, that's awesome! Wow,
That's
sweet.
great, man.
we got the Beach Boys. So yeah,
Nice.
so like Brad's a super smart dude when it comes to junior hockey. He's got a lot of experience, and that's kind of, you can't put a price on that, right? So
Yeah.
we're working side by side now when it comes to building this team and camps, and yeah, it's good when you got another guy that you can lean on like that too. I was lucky last year with our GM, and lucky this year with an assistant GM that smart hockey guys. So it's good.
Nice. Okay. All right. Well, I think that just about wraps it up. Thank you so much, Dickie. That was
Big
awesome.
big
We
gulp,
really, really
big
appreciate it.
gulp, big gulps, eh? See you later.
Yeah.
No, you guys are. It's fun, right? I know you invited me on here, and I know you guys are. If you guys need any help with rounding up different characters for guests, obviously you guys got friends in all the leagues. I think it's cool. Just what you guys are doing. It's a cool thing for for all the hockey, and you guys are having fun doing it. So just keep it going as long as you can, fellas. And if you need anything, don't hesitate to reach out. But congratulations on the show so far. You guys are doing a good job. No
Thanks,
V,
man.
no
Thank
V-necks,
you.
so no V-necks.
Thank you so much, Chicky. We really appreciate it. We'll have to have you on again sometime as well.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get a end of season update of how the VI went this year.
Yeah, well, I hope it's a good update for sure. Maybe we'll get Chenier and me on together next time. We'll have a little
Let you guys
have a
go
little
back and forth.
Claude Lemieux.
I would love that. No, that's actually a great idea. I'll see if he's down.
Pardon the interruption. Okay, guys.
Well,
Well, good luck with the show, and good luck in Drury, and good
Thanks,
luck
man.
with you, Owen, with the show. It's going good. So yeah, keep in touch, fellas.
Good. We'll be watching.
Thank you so much.
All right, now.